I'm Christelle. I'm a mom of 4.
Mom of 3.
Yes.
We can start a kindergarten.
We can. When we have birthday parties, we only have to invite each other's kids and then
Full house.
we are sorted. We never have to worry about inviting other friends. No. We are good.
It's a big braai if we have a braai.
Exactly. And also you've got 3 boys and I have 3 boys and 1 girl.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
We tried. It didn't work.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. Here we are. So you wanted to talk about why mothers are so tired. Well, we wanted to talk about why mothers are so tired.
Yes, because I think it's a topic that is relevant. I think you and me, we've known each other for a while and we often have conversations about the difficulty in doing everything, being everywhere, showing up for everybody and also showing up for ourselves.
100%.
Yes.
Especially that last bit, hey? Because that, like, even when you said it, you put it last on the list.
True.
So it happens all the time.
That's true.
And the mom guilt that comes with it.
Yeah.
I wish we could know whether when our moms were raising us, it was just as busy as it is now. It would be great to compare, but we can't.
No. I mean, we didn't live in their era. And I think the world has changed a lot. I think financially, families feel the pressure a lot. And gone are the days where it can only be just one parent that works. And I think a big part of this conversation is the fact that you and me both have to work. And we can't just be a one-income family. And that adds to the pressure, especially having the amount of kids that we do. The logistics behind everything is just really, really intense because I've got 4 little humans and I have to arrange everything for each of them. And as they grow, it just becomes more hectic. And it's not easy.
No, it's very busy. And a big thing that comes with this, not just the mom guilt, right, of balancing a career and a career that we want to have, balancing everything that your house needs and your kids needs and your husband needs and yourself, your own needs. I think the big thing is the mom guilt that comes with balancing all of that. I think I constantly feel guilty because if I'm not dropping myself, I'm dropping something at work or I'm dropping something with the kids.
Yeah.
And just slight disclaimer, we like the fact that we have a lot of kids.
Yes.
We're not complaining. We know we chose it.
Yes.
A lot of times I find it difficult to speak to people because they'd say, whoa, but you chose 3. Obviously it's hectic.
I know.
Or you chose 4. Obviously it's hectic to balance. It doesn't feel hectic to me. This is what I know. I don't know how it feels to have 4. I don't know how it feels to have 2. We're talking about how busy it is in general to manage all of this.
Yeah.
Balancing work, school, home, homework, activities, personal life.
I found that a lot of moms, when they have these conversations, say you're speaking with your friend, sometimes it does become like a venting session, right? And I know you and me both, we don't have this mindset of, we feel sorry for ourselves or we want to be petite. But the struggle is real.
Yeah.
And we're not going to pretend that it's easy because it's not. But we want to have this conversation because, like you mentioned, we did choose the lives we have.
Yes.
We did. And we fully want to own that life and we don't want to feel like victims of circumstance. We don't want to feel like we're only just surviving, although we do feel like that often. But that's why we're here. We're here to talk about it, to see, okay, how do we do this better?
Exactly.
Is there a better way?
And it's so important to have these conversations. I don't think we have these conversations often enough.
No.
Me and you might.
Yes.
But I don't think this is a typical conversation that happens. I think it stops with the venting.
Yeah.
Like you've said.
Yes.
We don't go further than, okay, well, how are we coping?
Exactly.
Like what measures have we put in place to get ourselves to a place where we're not just surviving, but this is so cliche, but we're thriving throughout all of this.
Yes. I think an important thing to understand is that life is full of ups and downs. So I think we set ourselves up to be disappointed rather, because we think that on those days when we feel like we are struggling, we take that feeling and we make that the entirety of our life, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I do that.
I 100% do that too.
When I have a difficult day.
Especially during my luteal phase. That's not even.
Because hormones are real.
They are real.
Yes.
And they affect so many more women than I ever thought they did. I've actually started opening up about this conversation to a lot more moms. And it resonated with most of them.
Yes.
And I thought I was alone. It's just me and my terrible PMS.
Yes.
Which also took me a while to start noticing, right? Because I didn't notice initially.
Yes.
And it plays a role.
I think that's a practical thing that we can do. Seeing that we're now talking about what can we do better? How can we make it easier for ourselves? Is to just be aware of where you are in your menstrual cycle.
100%.
Like, what are your hormones doing?
Yes.
You know, being aware of that for the longest time. And I think we previously had this conversation. I didn't really track it, because I'm done having kids and
why is it necessary?
I'm not interested.
I'm just gonna have my period.
Yes.
And I'll be done.
Exactly. But then I realized how important it is, because I saw this pattern every single month where I would hit this low and I would feel like I'm depressed and I would feel like a failure, but it happened every month. And my husband asked me this question once. He's like, why are you surprised every month?
I know, right? Like, hasn't this been happening? How old are we?
But it was because I didn't track it.
We didn't track it.
I wasn't mindful of where I was at. And I think recently I started really tracking it, and now I can anticipate the way that I will be feeling. And also I can speak to my husband about it beforehand, and I can tell him, this is where I'm at.
Yes.
If I act in a certain way, this is why.
And you get the support that you need.
Yeah.
Right? We don't often, I think the both of us tend to not reach out when things get tough. We internalize and just go.
Yes.
And a lot of times I felt that trip myself. Like I would trip myself by doing that.
Yeah.
Bigger than it had to be. If I just reached out a little bit, and if I tracked it and had a little bit grace, a little bit more grace with myself during that period, then I would do much better. I'd feel much better.
Yes.
And having grace for yourself, because you know during this period, even though this is not your constant state, this is just literally a temporary hormonal fluctuation, it still feels very real.
Yes.
And having to deal with that in a way that you can manage throughout the few days that you are in that phase is so, so important.
Definitely.
It helped me to track it. 100%. I was able to, such a silly thing, feel less guilty for craving certain types of foods.
Yes.
Like, we're all trying to be healthy, right? We're all trying to look after ourselves, even if it is just a little part of your day that you're trying to focus on how you feel and how you look, because it affects our confidence. I would feel less guilty just by tracking it, because I knew during this stage, isn't it like your progesterone's higher or your estrogen's higher? I'm not sure. I don't know all that detail. This helped me because I'd feel fine having my pasta.
Yes.
I knew I'll be good. This is what my body needs right now, and I'm giving it what it needs. And that made me relax around the hormonal fluctuations, the anxiety that it caused within. And then I could see how it affected my kids as well, because they would react to that. Kids are like little sponges around energy.
They are. And the way that we feel really does influence the rest of the home. What I love about this conversation is that we started with, you know what, schedules are busy. with the focus of things outside of our control. But I think the mistake that we make is sometimes we try to control everything that's outside of our direct environment or outside of ourselves, where we took it back now and we were like, you know what? Our hormones. Let's start there.
Let's start there.
Let's start with ourselves. Let's start with what we can control, you know? And then we can tackle all the things outside of ourselves.
100%.
But if we don't have that awareness of where we are, why we feel the way we feel, then your schedule that is super organized and you just being on top of things will not make a difference.
It will all fall flat.
Exactly.
Anyways, because you're not feeling...
Exactly.
You're not feeling up to doing that.
Yes. So then the question is, if we now focus on ourselves, our hormones, the way we feel internally, what are some of the things that you do that help you manage and regulate yourself, that you find helpful? And obviously we're not doing it perfect. There are days where we don't regulate ourselves. But what have you done that feels like this really makes a difference?
It has been successful. For sure. I think these are tips that we can take home, right? I made a promise to myself that I would go to the gym 3 times a week. Not more, not less, just 3 times.
Yes.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And a few tips around that as well. I had to pick the gym closest because I know as soon as I get in my car, I'm going to start thinking myself out of this, right?
Yeah.
So it's just at 4, my alarm goes off, or at 5, my alarm goes off in the afternoon. And I dress myself. My clothes are already laid out, so I don't have to think about it because I'll think myself out of it. I put on my shoes. I get in my car. My husband knows I'm going. So he knows because the times remain the same. I don't change those. I'll be gone for an hour and I am at the gym.
Yeah.
What worked for me, it might not work for everyone, was high intensity training. So boxing. That made me feel better.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I would feel accomplished. I'd feel like the anxiety has fallen off. I'd feel proud of myself and I'd feel like I can conquer again.
Yes.
So it would really, really regulate my emotions.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to luteal phase. Well, this is the part before your period, by the way, 10 days before your period. It would help me stay mentally focused, switched on, and I would handle the fluctuations better. So they'd feel less intense if I was active. So that's one of the things, was getting my 3 days in for exercise. I actually recently added a bit of Body 20 into it, which really helped.
Yeah.
Just tone me up.
Yes.
And what made it so amazing was that I only had another 20 minutes to give. There wasn't another day. I couldn't sacrifice another day.
Yeah.
Not only because there literally isn't time, but also the mom guilt. I feel extremely guilty just jumping in the car and leaving everyone during witching hour for an hour to go and spend time on myself. That made me feel guilty. But if I stick to 3 days a week and squeeze in another 20 minutes quick, I've already made a massive difference to how I feel.
Yes.
The other thing I've put in place is a morning light, actually.
Oh, really?
That goes on.
Oh, okay. Tell me more about that.
I get really depro during winter.
Okay.
And I've noticed this a few years. So what was really important to me was to wake myself up with a morning light.
Okay.
And it just slowly trickles in and it makes me feel more positive. The transition from asleep to awake and it being dark outside was easier to manage.
Yes.
Because the light would be on. And it's like a yellow light.
Oh, so it's like a light that you...
And literally
like,
just a
what
light.
is it?
It starts going on at 5.
Okay.
5 in the morning, it's like set at 5 a.m. It
goes
rises and shines.
All right.
And
it's like a little sun.
A little sun in my room. Exactly. Sorry, I'm so vague about it.
It makes sense.
But, I mean, it's amazing.
All right.
It's fantastic. And then just really ensuring that even on the bad days, the one thing I promise myself is to stick to my calendar and my schedule and keep on such a small thing. Keep on adding to the calendar. Not adding in the sense of squeezing in more activities, but I would get overwhelmed with the amount of information that would still be coming in. And if I'm in this low period before my menstruation, I would feel overwhelmed by any additional information coming in. So I made a promise to myself to just keep on adding those to my calendar. Even if they made me feel overwhelmed, I don't need to deal with it now.
Okay.
I can have a look at it later when I maybe feel up to it, maybe after gym and I've showered and everyone's in bed and now I feel better. I'll go and open up everything and have a look at these things I've put in my calendar, just so that I can give myself some grace. I don't need to attend to everything now, just slower.
You know what I like about what you're saying about adding onto your calendar is I think a lot of things live in our minds.
Hundreds.
And that's also where, what did they call it? The mental load comes from. Is things live in here. And once you write it down or you put it down and you even have a shared calendar with your husband, and this is something that I implemented after speaking with you, is I got myself this board that I put on my fridge, on the side of my fridge, and everything for the week goes onto that. And it has made such a big difference because even though I am still primarily the person that manages that calendar, it is being seen by my husband as well.
Everyone, there's a visibility on what's happening in the house.
Exactly. And somehow that makes the load a little bit lighter.
Yes, I agree.
It just makes it feel like
it's shared a little bit.
It's shared. It doesn't just live in my mind. It's practical because I can see what's happening when, and it's really made a big difference. So I think instead of, just keeping everything in your mind or in here, just put it on a calendar and also face your fears. You mentioned that you used to get really overwhelmed with everything. And I think once you write something down, you realize that it's fine. I can manage this. It's not that difficult. It feels worse when it's just inside your own mind.
100%.
But when you write it down, you put it somewhere, you feel like, okay, I can deal with this. This is okay. And the way you deal with that, and that is something that I want to touch on as well, is delegating, and not feeling
forces.
And not feeling like you have to do everything yourself. I think for me that has been because I am really I'm
very independent.
I am very independent in how I approach life and how I want to do things. I want to do everything myself.
Yes.
But having 4 children and having to manage work and marriage and everything, I've realized that I can't do everything myself. And I still do a lot myself. And I'm trying to unlearn that. I think a big thing is your support structure.
For sure.
I don't have a support structure. We have grandparents that love our kids, but my husband's parents, they live far from us. My parents, they live far from us. And so I cannot just pick up the phone.
So no one's close, hey?
Nobody's close.
That's hectic.
What
do you do for date nights?
So for date nights, I think that's where paid help comes in. But it also adds another pressure in terms of your finances.
Because then you feel guilty for having to pay the help and then going out
on a date
and having a bill.
So it's
then you tend
double.
to just go have a coffee around the corner quick. Which is also not fair to you.
No, it's not. And so we have to, if we want any help, we have to pay for that help. And that means we have to work. Then also trusting other people is difficult.
100%. It's tough. You also don't want to, but this is a me thing. I'm not sure if you relate to that. I don't want to burden someone else with my child. I'm not just talking about getting someone in to look after my kids, but let's say I want to call you, right? I'm like, I don't want to call Christelle and drop off an additional 3 children at our house so I can go out and enjoy my life.
I know.
But it's so valuable. And I'm going to interrupt myself here. Date nights are extremely valuable and they're so important. And please come drop your kids off. But what I want to say is we're also in a tough season. If we look at the ages of our kids. But that's the key word here is season. Because this is just temporary. Soon enough, our kids will be old enough that we could comfortably maybe drop half of them off at a friend's and we'll know they'll be fine and they'll be safe. And we've gotten time to know the parents and maybe we don't need to pay help. They can go have a quick jawl and we can go have a quick jawl. You know? I mean, going out.
I completely understand.
But it's a catch-22 when well, my youngest is 3, your youngest?
3.
So it's very tough.
4, but still little.
And they need us. They so need us. Yes, we can slip out for a few hours, but like you said, it comes with some restriction.
Yes, it does. But I think the value of friendships is very important. You know, you mentioned that you don't want to drop off your kids because I already have 4, you know, but because I understand the struggle and I understand how necessary it is to have that alone time. I think as friends, when you do have good friendships, you know, you balance each other out. What I mean by that is sometimes I feel stronger on one day and you maybe would have an off day and then it switches again.
Yes.
And your friends are there to carry you, you know, and to be there for you when you need them. So probably on the days when you need to drop off your kids, I would be like, yeah, sure, bring them.
Yeah.
But we feel we can't do that. So that's not they don't or Christelle doesn't want to help. It's more a thing of I have to get over myself.
Yeah, how do we solve that?
You know,
that remains an issue.
Yes, but I think because there will come a time where I maybe need you to look after my kids for a while and then I need to get it out of my head that I can't ask you because I know I could. If I needed help, I know I can ask you.
Yes.
But somehow I still want to do everything myself.
Is it because we fear that the person we're asking is going to say yes even though they actually wanted to say no?
Maybe we're overthinking it.
There's a part of me, and I've realized that in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, hello.
Hi. I've realized that I tend to be very accommodating.
Yes.
And not necessarily because I am as a person, but I don't want to, like, if we go to a coffee shop, I'm going to use an example because this actually happened. And the friend would be like, do you want a coffee? And I'm like, well, I don't know, do you want a coffee? Meanwhile, I actually do want a coffee. I want to get a coffee. Carrot cake or cheesecake? I don't know, you can pick. I just want to, I don't want them to, you know, I want to say, I'll take cheesecake, and then she doesn't want to actually have a cheesecake. But I should give her the benefit of the doubt that bye Kitty. I should give her the benefit of the doubt that she's also a mature adult and she'll be able to say no if she doesn't want the cheesecake.
Yes.
So I should trust her with that as well. But I tend to be very accommodating, and I'm not necessarily an agreeable person. I think when it comes to friendships, I want to make it easy for everyone. Is that what a people pleaser is? I hope not.
I think it's an aspect of it. I do think it's an aspect of it. I also think that we overthink things. We often think...
overthinker.
And we often think that people are just like us.
Yes.
Which they aren't. You know, so I would think, maybe I'm putting that person in a difficult spot, but that person is not in that's not how they think about life. It's not, I am assuming that is what their response will be.
Yeah.
You know, and
An unsubstantiated thought that we're creating, a reality that we're creating that doesn't actually exist.
It's not
we
even
have no
real.
evidence to support that.
And then we also have to give ourselves the credit that the people that we connect with and the friends that we do have in our lives are people that we relate to well and that we can communicate with honestly.
Yes.
We assume things and we create, like you say.
Well, no wonder we're tired. Our minds are like running at a million kilometers an hour.
We are already thinking of everything that could go wrong.
We're anticipating.
We are anticipating, and we're like standing there ready for anything when we are creating 5 different realities in our minds, but actually only one reality will exist.
Yes.
And that's tiring, I think.
It is very tiring. So how do we switch that off?
Yes.
How do we learn to say yes for the cheesecake when we want the cheesecake? Tell our friend or ask our friend bluntly, do you have capacity to look after my 4 kids, or 3 kids, for 2 hours on Friday? Are you available? How do we get ourselves in? Isn't this a skill that we then need to practice?
Yes. Look, I don't have the answer. I think that's why
maybe we need to get some homework.
Maybe we need to do some homework. Maybe we need to figure out why we do this and how to not do it anymore. But I think back to basics in everything that we do in life is we have to bring things back to basics. And that means, for me, that means simplifying everything. And having somebody like my husband, he would stop my train of thought if he sees that it's running away with me.
Yeah.
So I think something really important is to have that person in your life where you can speak what's going on in your mind. We said earlier, putting things down on a calendar, but sometimes you have to speak it as well.
Yes.
Speak to your husband, don't keep it to yourself. And have somebody objectively tell you, listen, I think you are overthinking this. Or I think you are
making too much.
Yeah, overcomplicating something that shouldn't be that complicated. I think that's a good thing and something to try. And then also sometimes venting is important if you have a friend that you can trust.
Yes.
But you also have to have friends that when you vent can tell you, listen, I get you. I felt the same way you do. This is tough, but I believe in you. Like,
yes.
You've got this.
You've got,
even
but
if
that's all we need, right?
Yes.
We don't necessarily need a solution. This is the big thing with women.
True.
We need to
That's
vent.
True. Yes.
But it also doesn't mean we're going to sit in misery loves company.
That's
something that I want to avoid, and I think you're the same. I'm not going to just go sit and be upset about a few things.
No.
I think venting is healthy, but having a friend to tell you, but you've got this. You can do it.
Yeah, get up
Go
now.
out there and show them.
Handle it. Fix your pony and handle it.
Yes. Get up and go.
Yes.
That's such an important factor in a friendship because it's so easy to sit and ponder and be upset and vent.
Yeah.
And get into this. And over time, it doesn't happen immediately, but you start to walk into this victim mentality. And I've had to work really hard on my mindset because I started noticing that my mind automatically goes to what is wrong? How do I fix it? Why can't I? Why don't I? Instead of what is right?
Yes.
See how well it's going. See how far I've come.
Yeah.
Like actively practicing gratitude.
Yes.
So changing my mind shift because you can so easily fall in that gutter of that venting but not coming to a solution.
I agree. I also think because I am the same, I'm a fixer. So when I walk into any room or any situation, I am very much focused on everything that is wrong.
Yes.
Because it's a part of my personality to want to make it better.
Yes.
So it can be a blessing and a curse because in the workplace, it's good because I really see what needs to be fixed.
It speaks to both our positions in companies currently as well.
Yes. But when I pull that through to my life or my personal life, or even have that same critical viewpoint of myself, then it can be a very negative thing, because then I only see what's wrong.
Yes.
And I don't see the wins, and I don't see where things are going right. And the fact of the matter is, things are not always going wrong.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
No. I mean, think about it. Is there anything wrong that you need to fix right now at home? I'm just talking about your house. Like you cannot move, live, stay.
No, everything is okay.
But meanwhile, we're like getting upset about the walls, being hypercritical about floors, being hypercritical about bedrooms. And it's the same thing when I look at my car and everyone's like, there's a reason I decided not to buy a new car, right? Yeah. But I keep like catching myself dreaming. And I need to actively pull myself out of those thoughts.
Yes.
I don't need to change anything right now. Let's be grateful
for what we have and where we are.
Yes. It's so tiring if you're constantly focused
on chasing all the time.
Yes.
I agree.
Adding all of our energy into fixing things that might not need any fixing and that might just need us to be present.
Yes. And you know what? This is always something that, there's a lot of videos of older women on social media that has similar conversations. And there's this one video that I saw where somebody asked this lady, what was your happiest time in your life? And she answered, when my life was the most chaotic.
Wow. We're fine.
Yes. And
yes, but that's so profound though.
It is, because she now has a very quiet life and her kids are out of the house. And I always hate this narrative. Let me just tell you, I hate this narrative of feeling like I have to enjoy every single moment with my kids because it's unrealistic. I don't enjoy the tantrums.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy the mess.
No.
I don't enjoy it. But I consistently hear women that have, or that are farther along than we are, say that those truly were some of the best times of their life. And maybe there is some truth to it.
I agree with you.
Maybe there is some truth to it.
Haven't you also been stopped in the store, right? Like by older people.
Yeah.
And they say, enjoy it.
All of them.
This does not last forever.
Yeah.
And are they not the people that we should be listening to?
Yeah.
Because they've been through this.
They've lived it. And they probably felt the same as we do when they were in it, that it's chaotic. They don't know how to manage everything.
Exactly.
But I think the important thing is like you mentioned earlier, just to be present and to not feel like you have to change anything or change everything all the time and keep chasing this perfect reality that doesn't exist. Maybe this is it.
This is it.
Maybe this is it.
This is it. I'm glad we made time in our lives where we don't have a lot of time to do this.
Yeah.
And I hope we can have a few more of these.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have a few more conversations about these type of relevant things. And if you are a mom and you can relate with this conversation and you feel like sometimes you're isolated or you feel like people don't understand, we are here to have these conversations and share it with the world. And if it can encourage you, that's the point of this. We want you to be encouraged and we want to have real conversations, but ensure that we walk away feeling like we are not defeated, we are not negative. The struggle is real, but we are strong enough to manage what was entrusted to us.
There we go.